We have one other part to our bright lights. I have to tell a little story here. It has to do with Yell and Tell, and we had a presentation a couple of years ago along those lines. But I would just like to share what I think is a little lesson here about collaboration and about, I guess, how we function as people. Some of you know I've been riding Harley-Davidson motorcycles for a considerable period of time. My wife Nola has joined me in that, and it has been and continues to be a wonderful part of our lives. I'll be able to ride 12 months out of the year now instead of just 5, so there's an added benefit. But that has opened up a whole new circle of friends for us, and part of that activity, about 13 years or so, I joined a Harley owners group, a HOG group, sponsored by Hal's Harley-Davidson dealership. And we do a lot of fundraising, and during one of the events, this lady comes up and gives a presentation. And her name is Jean Davidson. And that Davidson name sounded so familiar to me, Harley Davidson, that I paid particular interest to what she had to say. Jean is the granddaughter of the Davidson founder. And Jean gave a presentation about this Yell and Tell program, and I'll let her explain all of that, and some of you have heard the presentation before. But what struck me is she described how this program that she put together is literally all over the world. And I'm sitting here as board education president and saying, well, wait a minute. We're in Milwaukee, the home of Harley-Davidson. Jean Davidson is talking about this wonderful Yell and Tell program. We're the 7th largest school district in the state of Wisconsin, and we don't have this. So I introduced myself to Jean after that, and we got together, and lo and behold, we've had Yell and Tell in our school district for the last several years. So, the things we all do, the choices we make, the activities we get involved with, your principles are probably different than mine, but if you stick with those principles and you're true to yourself, good things happen. I chose to get involved in that organization, and there is this wonderful woman, Jean Davidson, talking about a wonderful program, and all of a sudden it comes into this school district, and all of a sudden we end up with some heroes, and Jean has a hero tonight that she's going to talk about. So Jean, would you want to come forward? However you guys have this organized. And I mean, you don't have to ride Harley-Davidsons to appreciate what a wonderful person Jean Davidson is and the wonderful history that she carries with her, and her dedication not only to Harley-Davidson motorcycles, but to people, in particular young people in general. Welcome, Jean.
Thank you. And I'm not in my Yell and Tell clothes, but neither is our little hero. I gave her her T-shirt and her certificate this summer, but she's beautiful in pink, and she's going to come up and tell you what she did. You all have heard me before. The whole program is so simple, and that's why it works. It teaches children if they see something dangerous and they get scared, they need to yell help and tell the first big person. We have over 100 children that have now used it to save a life, so it makes me very happy. And you all know why the program got started. I lost a 4-year-old grandson in an accident. There was an 8-year-old there, and instead of yelling, he got scared. And I'm a retired school teacher my whole life. I never worked at Harley-Davidson, although now I've written all these books on Harley-Davidson. But I came back, this happened in Colorado, and the 8-year-old got scared and ran. He didn't want to get in trouble. He knew he wasn't supposed to have the 2 little 4-year-olds down near the water, so he did just what kids do. And as mad as I'd like to be at him, he didn't do anything different than anyone else. The good news is he tried to go home and sneak up to the bedroom. His mother saw him, and his mother stopped him and said, "Where's your little brother? Where's Ryder Davidson?" And he told the truth. He didn't lie, he told the truth. She ran over to my son. My son ran down and got to the water and saved one of the boys. But it wasn't his boy. It was the other little boy. So I am a very sad grandma still, but every child that uses yell and tell makes me very, very happy. I was going, "Hey, Ryder, one more grandma isn't going to be so sad, and one more child is still alive." So that's my whole message. It is all over the world now, which is great. People take it everywhere, including Dan is taking it to Florida. It's in a few places in Florida already, but you're in charge. I'm passing the gavel over. But want to come up? Victoria, come and tell your story.
Oh, look at her.
She got her hero T-shirt and certificate this summer. You want a mic? You'd be like a big person. Stand right in there and tell. You can tell them, whoever.
I was at my house and somebody spilled a drink and then I went inside to get paper towels and there was candles on the counter and then the paper towels started on fire and I screamed for my mom and dad and they came in and then and my cousin was in there in my house and when my mom and dad got in, they as soon as they got in, the paper towels were on fire, and my dad came in, and a big piece came flying out, and he started to stomp on it so the house wouldn't get on fire, and I saved my whole entire house.
So how old are you?
7.
7.
And when did you learn yell and tell? Where's your teacher? Is she here? Yeah. She teaches yell and tell, right? Yeah. All right, well, I have something for you. I have now partnered with Marcus Theaters. Nobody knows that yet, just yesterday. So now all the Marcus Theaters in 7 states, when they play a children's movie, they're going to play a little segment of yell and tell in front of each movie.
That's great.
And so Marcus Theaters wants you to have those. Those are free tickets for going to the theater. All right, and I want you to have, here's the children's book that I wrote called Trouble at the Lake. That one is for you. And something new. I never stop. My whole life is yelling and telling. I work with a lot of police departments now, and the Elm Grove Police Department said, "Jean, I think you need something permanent that these kids can take home with the letter that goes home to the parents." And I said, "Yeah, well, a lot of people have thought, give them a pencil, things like that." And the police officer from Elm Grove said, "How about a magnet for on the refrigerator with the 4 steps? So every day they can say, see it, feel it, yell, help, and tell someone." So that is also yours. You are the first child to get one. What? Where do you put that? Goes on your refrigerator. Give that to your mom. Oh, where do you put the mic? Oh, I'll take it. We'll turn it off because I have a loud teacher voice. The other new thing that I just showed Debbie, and Debbie helped me create this last year. Every school is going to get a poster in their hallway. This one is the Spanish one. So in the hallway, every school will have one in Spanish and one in English. So the kids running up and down the hall, whatever, maybe they'll look over and go, oh, there's Squawk. I've got to remember what to do. So that's our other new thing that you will have for all your schools, one in each school. So, and Dan, you, if I can handle this. All right, who wants to hold the mic? This is for you. This is my last Harley book.
Oh, Dan.
Now I'll just write Ellen Telex.
Wow.
So that is yours. That just came out.
Wow.
Fabulous.
It was fun.
Family memories.
It was fun to do. It took me 2.5 years.
Thank you.
Oh, how
Thank
wonderful.
you. Thank you.
Oh, boy.
Wow, wonderful. Gene, thanks so much for instituting the program and working with our staff. Debbie, I know, has
Oh,
played a
Debbie's
large
excellent.
part in this. Thank you all so much. I think the first time around, we had a couple of students in here that were heroes the first time. And
Yep.
these are our students in our district
That neat.
that literally have saved lives of their family members, their friends, or whatever. And, I mean, this is fabulous work. I mean, you turn a tragedy into something so wonderful, and you're expanding it. You know, God bless you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, now I'll be quiet.
Thank you. Any questions anybody has?
Oh, yeah. Anybody want to ask anything? No,
Okay.
you all know it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to our hero.
Uh-huh.
Whoopee!